What's up, everyone? It's your boy CrispPurpose, back at it again with another Gems of War Soulforge Mythic video for you guys. So in this one, we actually got a couple good mythics. In fact, some of the best mythics in the game in the Soulforge this week. So we're gonna go over what is in the Soulforge, and we're gonna show you guys some teams that you can actually use with these new mythics. All right. So for one. Let's check here. Pan is in the Soul Forge this week. Pan is a Pan's Veil Wildfolk Beast troop. Pretty good. We're gonna put him in an Explore 12 team. Who else is here? Mistralis, Elemental Fae. Mistralis is in the Soul Forge this week. We're gonna be making an Explore 12 team with Mistralis. The Delve King, High King Iron Gut, Goblin Troop from Zaijin. This mythic troop is in the Soul Forge this week, and we're going to be showing you guys an Explore team. In fact, we're going to show you as well the Delve team, which is considered, I think now, the meta version of running Delve teams with High King Iron Gut. Right? Who else is here? Ketris the Bull. I'm going to be showing you guys a Ketris team. In fact, there are several different Ketris teams that you can actually use for Explore 12. They're not as meta as they were before, but I'm going to show you them nonetheless. All right, so let's back out of here and let's go to Explore in Golvania. Okay, so the first team I'm going to be showing you guys here is, of course, the Pan team. So let's look at Pan. Pan is a Wildfolk beast from Pan's Veil. He has a 24 mana cost of yellow, green, and brown. Pan's spell is Golden Horn. He will deal 113 damage to 3 random enemies and knock them to the back. Along with that, his traits are Wildfolk Bond. Allied Wildfolks gain 2 life. Impervious. He's immune to all status effects, including Devour, Lycanthropy, Deathmark, Mana Burn, and the list goes on. So many different status effects in the game, and Pan is immune to all of them. Along with that, he has Totem of Veil. He will give all Wildfolk allies 1 life and magic when matching 4 or more gems. I have him on the team along with Bog Strider right here. It's going to be the main generator troop on the team, along with Entangling Enemies. And he has a good final trait, which is a Bark Skin. He will reduce damage from skulls by 33%. And he has Tangle, inflict Entangle when doing skull damage. Arboreal Crystal is going to be the weapon of choice for the hero. And the class is actually going to be the Archer Hero class. 50% start in this class. That's fast. And of course, I'm using it for the Root Trap and then the Nature's Aura. And then the Empress is going to be here on this team to buff up the damage on my Pan. All right, so we're in Golvania. This is Explore 12, and we're at battle number 3. Let's go. So if you guys actually find these videos very informative and you like them, come on. Definitely show your like for these videos by hitting that like button and comment to let me know what you guys think of each team in this video. Right, so we cast once on our Pan. Let's cast once more so we can get a lot of damage. There we go. Let's cast the Empress again. And now let's cast Pan. There we go. Such a good hitting troop right there. And let's do this again. Let's see if we can get Pan powered up. There he is. Now let's hit him. And yep, that's how you use Pan. It's a pretty solid damage option. He hits really hard. It's just that he has no follow-up when it comes down to board control. But when it comes down to like completely messing up the enemy team, especially in things like Guild Wars and PvP, Pan can be a pretty cool option. All right, let's try out one more fight here in Golvania. Battle number 4, second fight for the Pan team. All right, let's match this. Now let's cast Bog Strider. There we go. Now let's cast the Empress. Yep, come on, cast. Come on. That was taking a while. All right, let's cast her again. And now let's cast Pan. Very good. Now Bog Strider. Need a lot more mana to get my troops. Come on. Don't be matching too much. There we go. He's ready to go and kill him. Just like that. Pan gets the job done. So that is the Pan team here. Let's move on to the other team. The other team consists of Ketris the Bull. Now, Ketris the Bull is a Divine Taurus troop from Wild Plains. We all know this troop. It's been around for a very long time. Ketris has a 22 mana cost of red, green, and brown. His spell is Blood Hunger. He will deal 51 splash damage to an enemy, boosted by my attack, life, and armor. Along with that, his traits are Taurus Bond, ally Taurus gain 2 life, Armored, reduce damage from skulls by 25%, and Raging Bull, he will gain 2 attack, armor, and life when matching red gems. Now, so as to benefit my Ketras the most, I'm using this team setup right here. I have on this team Yasmin's Pride. Yasmin's Pride is a pretty good weapon. It's one of the better weapons that eliminates all armor from an enemy. This one will eliminate all armor from an enemy and give all allies 61 life, boosted by armor eliminated. I'm using it with the Sun Spear hero class here to make sure I have a constant red storm. And of course, I'm going to be entangling the enemies. And yeah, I have Gift of Fire set there as well. And you can actually adjust this. In fact, let's go into class. And let's adjust this from Gift of Fire. Right here. Let's use Firebringer, right? Gaining bonus red mana from red gem matches. Fireblade is set just in case we get cascading skulls. Yeah, I don't think enemies will be burning here because we don't have anything that are going to be burning the enemies. I should say the weapon upgrades for this weapon is actually Primal, which is very good, and Radiant. Those can prove to be useful for this particular weapon. On the team as well, Thrall is going to be the main mana generator here, destroying 53 gems. And the Archdeva. The Archdeva is a cool option. I have him here because he's going to be buffing up my Ketras, giving my Ketras attack, life, and armor, and filling his mana. It can only be cast once though, but even after that, it has a good final trait, which is Sanctuary. It's going to be barring and blessing a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. The banner that I went with here is the Abyssal banner from Blighted Lands. You all know that this is my favorite banner. All right, let's hop right into a fight. Let's try this one out. Yeah, we can do it over here. Let's do it in Golvania. Why not? Let's go. Mini boss fight. Let's see how this works out. So once we have Thrall over here, once again, first assignment, match purple. Get Thrall going. Now cast this. There we go. And we got our the Archdeva powered up. Archdeva, however you prefer to pronounce it. Let's cast on our Ketras. Got a good amount of buffing there. And now we can cast the weapon on the second troop. There we go. Let's just hit the top one. Let's see if we can get some damage right at the top. There we go. Got a kill. Right? A lot of lycanthropy gems. This troop is the most annoying in Golvania, I swear. Let's do this again. And now we got cleanse. Very good. Now let's see if we can kill this one that's spell ready. And only one left. Thrall. And hopefully get a skull? No. Let's kill him. Annoying. Get out of here. Right, so that is a Ketras team for you guys. If you want, you can actually adjust this. And if you want to use something like, for example, one of the troops that I tend to prefer to use with Ketras is Onerous. You can use Onerous for the Fairy Fire, which will increase the damage on Ketras. So let's try this out. We are actually in Golvania once again. This is the Mythic boss fight. Let's see if we can make it happen. Right, so the same setup, just switched out the Mythic, and we're using a Legendary troop. All right, there we go. And then we take off their armor. Now we do this. Verify and burn. And now we hit him up with Ketras. Let's see if we get a kill. Not yet, but it was a very strong hit. Let's try it again. Ketras, come on. Get spell ready. All right, good. Let's hit the bottom troop. Good. And that's one of the reasons why Ketras is kind of off meta right now, because his boost ratio is not keeping up with the current stat growth in the game. As you can see, I have to do a number of different things to get him to hit really, really hard, as opposed to some other mythics in the game that will hit you real hard right off the jump. Ketras needs some level of buffing to make sure it actually works. All right, so let's move on to another team. This team is the Mistralis team. This Mistralis team is actually one of my favorites, and it can be adjusted in many different ways. So for one, up front on this team, I have the Celestial Flask. This is, everyone knows this weapon. It's going to be creating 3 potion gems, either of blue mana, green mana, red mana, purple, or yellow mana, and gaining an extra turn. Along with that, the weapon has Blessed, it has Curing, it has Radiant, and Vital in the weapon upgrades. These are very good talents right there. Thrall is going to be generating mana here as well, and Bane of Mercy is going to start the team off with mana. Mistralis is going to be in the 3rd slot, Mistralis is a elemental fae from Stormheim. We all know her. She's been around for a while now. She has some of the best damage in the game. Of course, it can be somewhat inconsistent at times. Her spell is Hurricane. She will deal 59 splash damage to 1 to 4 random enemies, then jumble the board and gain an extra turn. In fact, it's one of the few mythics in the game that actually has the ability to gain an extra turn. The goblin mythics do, and some of the boss dragons, and the list shrinks off from there. But her extra turn is guaranteed as opposed to the boss dragons that are a percentage chance. Her final trait as well is pretty good. It is Enchanted Wind. She will enchant all allies on 4 or 5 gem matches. Right, so yeah, let's go into a PvP fight. In fact, I love to use this particular team in PvP because it can be so powerful. As you can see, I'm using this with the Elementalist Hero class, and let's see how this actually works out in a fight. Let's go. 3 trophy fight. So once this team, though, gets a starting board, it is over for the enemy team. That's it. Once it starts freezing them up, there's not much that an enemy team can do against this. Let's see if this actually works out for us. We cast the Flask. Right there, we got Mistralis powered up. We hit them with Mistralis. Then we cast Thrall. We gain an extra turn. And we just keep on rinsing and repeating this. Cast the Flask. Cast Thrall. Cast Mistralis. Extra turn. Cast the Flask. Cast Thrall. And we'll just keep on going. You can keep on doing this until the entire enemy team is destroyed. They'll probably never touch the board again. Cast the Flask and then Thrall. Cast the Flask and then Thrall. And we just keep on going that till our damage dealer is powered up. You can go through hundreds of PvP 3 trophy fights with this particular team setup and never lose one. I've done it before, hundreds of battles. One of the good things about this particular team, I should say as well, this team requires no particular class to work. All it needs is a decent board to get your Thrall powered up, and once Thrall gets the team spell ready, it's usually over for the enemy team. It works the best with Elementalist, of course, because Elementalist has that amazing final trait of Elemental Force, in which it will stun and freeze and burn and entangle a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. But you don't need it. I've used this with Titan, I've used it with Geomancer, especially the classes that have a Lightning Strike. It works amazing with those classes. So yeah, guys, this is the Mistralis team I was speaking about. If indeed you're finding that you're getting frozen, for example, on your Thrall or your Mistralis, what I've done, I've actually switched out the Bane of Mercy, for an option that can cleanse. So one of the great options, let me go here, Empowered, and if we go over and seek to pick out spell effect, Cleanse, and these are your 2 cleanse options for empowered troops. One of your best cleanse options is Sister Superior, because this also has an extra turn. So when you put Sister Superior on the team, not only will the Flask have an extra turn, Thrall will also have an opportunity to get an extra turn if there are 13 or more red gems on the board. Mistralis will have a guaranteed extra turn. So there will be all extra turn troops on the team, which will make it very difficult for the AI to have a chance to have a turn against you. Overall, this Mistralis team is meta. It's one of the best teams for doing 3 trophy battles. They'll never touch you with this if you do it properly. Right? So the final team here is, of course, the High King Iron God team. Let me back out of here. Let me go to Explore. This is such a meta team. So High King Iron God is a Zaijin goblin troop. We all know High King. You need this guy in your arsenal so as to do very well at delves. He makes delves so easy. He has a 24 mana cost of blue, brown, and yellow. His spell is In the Pot. He will deal 57 damage, in my case, to an enemy with a chance to devour them equal to my attack. So the higher his attack, the higher the chance will be of him being able to devour the enemy troop. Especially now, High King Iron Gut has become even better. Bane of Mercy was added into the game, and Bane of Mercy will give the first ally a huge amount of attack. In my case, as you can see right here, it gives it 49 attack to the first ally. So you always put your hiking iron up at the front of the team, and you cast it. You get all that attack. In addition to the attack, Bane of Mercy is also cursing all the enemy troops. So that cursing is going to be an amazing thing. So as a result of this, you're going to be able to use this hiking iron gut team practically anywhere, any kingdom. Even kingdoms with the dooms. If you switch your team around and maybe use some other troops, you can use Bane of Mercy anywhere in Crystar. It's an amazing thing, especially though if you want to go ahead and switch out your hero here. I have the Essence of Evil I'm using now. You can actually switch this and go with, for example, Zul'Gott or any other instant killing troops that you can put in here, but preferably Zul'Gott. It will make sure that it does a lot of damage with this particular team. All right, so this is an explore fight. Let's go into it and see how the team actually works. And then I'm going to go and do a delve at level 500 to show you how this can actually work really well. Now let's match this. Let's match this. And now, even without having gems to convert on the board, I'm going to cast this and give my Hiking Iron Gut 114 attack. All right, so I gave him 49 attack, and he had some before, so we're at 114 attack right now. There, Devour. And it just keeps on going. They can take skulls against you. You're gaining too many stats for them to kill your hiking. There we go. You cast this on that one. Get our hiking up again and devour. Look how easy that was. Bane of Mercy has become essential, and she has made Hiking Iron Gut even more viable than he was before. So let's go to the Underworld. And now we're going to go over to City of Thieves. And I think I should have a team here set with this one. All right, let's see if we can find a fight that has some impervious options or some troops that cannot be devoured. Okay, so here, this is the Dwarf Room, Dwarven Vault, right? Ale Vault. All right, so we have the same team. Right here, Hiking Iron at the top of the team, followed by my Thrall. As you can see though, because I'm hoarded up so high in this particular faction, I'm already way above the necessary amount of attack. I'm at 125 attack. But I'm going to show you guys exactly what happens when you curse the entire enemy team, even troops that are immune to devour, like impervious troops, or troops like these that are having fortitude for their traits. All of these over here, all these dwarves should have fortitude. Yup. So we can go ahead and see if we can make it happen. So let's go ahead and curse them. There we go. All the enemies are cursed. And once a troop is cursed, I want to make this very clear. Once a troop is cursed, they will have all those immunities will not take effect. So they will not be immune to any devour and status effects and anything like that. We'll be able to devour them. So let's go ahead, devour. Go again. All right, we got to get that off of them because they're barriered now. And let's devour again. Yup, working perfectly. As you can see, my Hiking Iron Gut is munching, right? That's 119 attack right there. And that's what you can do with Hiking Iron Gut, man. Hiking Iron Gut makes delving so easy. And as I said before, if you want to take off the hero here and not use, for example, Essence of Evil, you can put on any other option. All right, let's go into another fight with these troops that are immune to devour. All right, we're going to get an explosion at the start. Good. Now let's cast our Bane of Mercy. Now let's cast Thrall. Now let's see if we can get a Devourer. Let's devour Apothecary. Very good. And now Lady Ironbeard. Is this one Lady Ironbeard? There we go. And now let's devour the final dwarf on the enemy team. Very nice. Now let's smack him. Didn't die. One more hit. Goodbye. Yep, and that's it. Hiking Iron Gut is so good, especially because Bane of Mercy, the team is unstoppable. So yeah, guys, those are the options for the Soulforge Mythics. Hiking Iron Gut, of course. Mistralis is right there. If I was going to make a recommendation to you guys, Hiking Iron Gut and Rope Dart. Right, Rope Dart is also in the Soulforge. I want to make emphasis on that again. Rope Dart is in the Soulforge, so if you can afford it, as a matter of fact, everybody should be able to afford it. So do not leave this week without picking up a copy of, if possible, Hiking Iron Gut, but definitely grab a copy of the Rope Dart weapon. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.